So, um, before going to Brazil, the day before, like in June, I did my checkup because once the school year ended, I don't know if I already mentioned it or if you guys already know, but I am a teacher. I'm a special education teacher and a general education teacher. I have dual license. And once the school year ends in May, I go to my primary doctor and I do my checkup, annual checkup. So at the end of May, beginning of June, I went to the doctor, and when I was there, she said my thyroid was a little bit bigger, so she wanted me to do an ultrasound of the thyroid, and that was already an alert for me because my sister's cancer, what brought me my sister to the doctor was the fact that her neck was all swollen, and like that she had so many nodules in her throat, in her neck, that was going to the back. Her lump, there was a lump in her back. So when the doctor said that, I was kind of like skeptical, actually, like kind of like not afraid, but I was like worried. So I did ultrasound, and the day before I went to Brazil, June 19th, the doctor called me and she said, your ultrasound came back and you have 10 nodules in your throat. So we need to check, and I need you to do a biopsy, especially because you told me the day she told me that, I said, oh, that concerns me. And I told her about my sister. And she said, especially with your sister's history, I want you to do a biopsy. And I told her I can't because I don't have family, like I don't have parents, I don't have, like I explained to her. And I said at this moment my sisters, because of the chemo, my sisters is like it's affecting my sister's health a lot, and we are having a hard time having people to take care of her because everybody's working. And at the end of the day, it is summertime here in the US, and I'm not working because teachers don't work in the summer, right? So I'm going to Brazil tomorrow to take care of my sister. She was like, can you um, go after you do the biopsy? I said no because of the ticket, the price, and all that. And she's doing chemo on Thursday, tomorrow. So I'm leaving here tomorrow morning. So on Friday, when the symptoms of the chemo start, I need to be there for her because there is nobody to take care of her that Friday. So that's the reason why I was leaving that date. So the doctor was like, so do you authorize me to schedule a biopsy and a hematologist for you? I said yes. So because I also had anemia. So she did it. I went to Brazil. Everything was being taken care of in here. And I took care of my sister. When I came back on July 24th, I had my biopsy, and the hematologist is scheduled for Friday, July 26th, like 2 days after. And the new job that I got while I was in Brazil, I did the interview and everything while I was in Brazil. I was like supposed to be there on the 30th, which was like 1 week after coming back from Brazil. So as you can see, I had a lot of things going on at the same time. On top of that, when I left the school that I was working, because I was going to return, I did not need to empty my classroom. I left a lot of stuff so I could come for this school year, right? 24, 25. But now that I got another job, I have to go back to the old school, empty my room, take everything out of my room, bring it here so I could take it to the new school on the Friday, the next week. And my husband could not help me because of the surgery. My daughter was working, and I have to do everything on my own. So, and that's what happened. So I went to the doctor and I did the biopsy. I saw the hematologist, and then he saw there were some things that were not okay that he needed to check, and more blood tests, and coming to see the doctor again. They keep on going to the doctor, and I kept doing that like for almost 3 months. And then I have to go to my old school, empty everything, clean the room, clean everything, bring everything to the new school all by myself because my husband could not help me. And set up the new school, get ready for the new school year, like every single day. And my store, my Shopify store, it was connected like with Google, right? Linked with Google. So and TikTok. So the first thing that I did, I shut down my TikTok shop because the first was not bringing me sales, but it was one more thing for me to do. Then I disappeared from. I was never a social media person. Like I have a hard time with social media because I don't have time. But I have to really stop with everything. But the integration between Google and Shopify was there. So even though I was not making any marketing, and I shut down my Etsy shop. So I closed my Etsy shop, and I was like, I'm gonna close the Etsy shop because I don't have much control with what is going on in Etsy, but I have control of my website. And I thought, if I don't make any marketing, if I don't promote, I'm not gonna have sales. So all I have to do is keep doing, moving things the way that I can, and everything's fine. No. I kept getting sales coming from Google, organic traffic, which is what everybody wants. People want organic traffic. People want to avoid paying for ads and all this stuff, and get organic traffic. People are getting to know your business, right? But I was not having the time to deal with it because, as teachers, we cannot plan the lesson once I see the students, right? I have to plan the lessons in advance. Right now it's winter break, and I'm getting my lessons for quarter 3 done. I finished all my lessons for math lessons for quarter 3. Yesterday I finished all my lessons for writing for January. Now I'm working February and March, and I still have to do science, social studies, and reading. And on top of that, teaching is a very stressful job because I'm dealing with your learning. So I need to always think about the outcome. What I want you to learn at the end of this lesson, right? And then I have to deal with the kids that are not learning, are presenting some difficulties or absenteeism, or the parents that are not helping or cannot help, or parents that divorce, or parents that get homeless, like all the things that can affect a person's learning. And all this learning the new structure of a new place, learning the new ways of doing things because it's a new place, dealing with taking care of my husband, dealing with my health, worried about my sister's health, and on top of that, taking care of the orders. It was just too much. I could not do it. And it was really hard for me, but I made the decision because on top of all that happened, we went 3 weeks without hot water in the house because one day I teach Bible study. This is something else that I do, right? On Sundays I go to the church to teach Bible study, and I came from church one day, and I came in the office really quick because I keep I keep everything in containers, right? I keep everything in containers, like my products from the garments, like everything. And I also have some teaching stuff on the corner of my garage. And I came here to grab something for my lesson, and my garage was flooded. And I freaked out when I saw all that water, and I started screaming, calling my husband. Oh my gosh, what happened? How did it happen? It's not raining outside. I live in Vegas. It does not rain here in Vegas. What happened? My husband was like, it is the boiler. Like, I don't know how to stop. And the water, it was like, I have video, like it was like flooded. So, and on the corner, on this right corner over here, I keep this because that's how I would do. I have like a heavy duty shelf that I would put all my inventory. It's divided like all my wood stuff, because I don't know if I mentioned, but when I started, I didn't start with embroidery. I started with like a vinyl. So all my shirts was just like vinyl, and then I added the sublimation. So I started doing sublimation shirts and mugs and tumblers. From the sublimation, I went to the white toner printer because I wanted like something like this, like that was the image, not just in cotton, like a sublimation you can only do in polyester, and I wanted to be able to do things like this in cotton. So, and after the white toner, I decided to go to embroidery, add embroidery to my shop. That's when I bought my single needle machine, and from the single needle, that's when I jumped to the commercial. So I have everything separate in the shelves. Like I have all my all like the garments, all the hoodies and all the shirts and women's shirts and men's unisex shirts, and then I have all the tumblers and all the mugs, and I have my wood stuff like the makeup boxes and the calendars and everything, that the signs, everything. And on the right corner, I have this because that's how I would separate my orders. I have three of these, so I would print the order slip, get the product and put everything and separate everything, right? More than water, like I would put everything in here on that corner. So when I saw all that water, I tried to grab these first because I had some stuff inside. So I tried to grab these first, and as I tried to pull, because it's like this one is like this, see how it does it? So as I pulled, and my husband came trying to help me, and my husband eye, like his left eye, I want to say he recovered like 80 to 90% of his vision, but the right eye, he was not that lucky. It's blurred, he can barely see, and when we look straight at him, like his eye got like smaller because he cannot really see. So here is like he was me trying to take my stuff, my husband trying to help me, but he cannot really, he still doesn't have like a vision or like a on his right side, and I was still on his side, and he's trying to pull and I'm trying to pull, and everything went on the floor on the water. That freaked me out. But I lost some stuff. I did lose some stuff. It made me sad. I did cry, and it was just too much. It was just too much. It was a lot. I could not deal with everything. I decided to shut down my business, and I did. I sent like I used my email list, and I communicate my customers that I was shutting down my business. I prayed, of course. I didn't do that like it was not like an easy decision, and it was not immediately. I prayed because I pray about everything. So I prayed and I asked God to talk to me, tell me, to confirm, all those things. And I decided to shut it down. And because I was not already being able to deal with everything that was happening. On top of that, the garage being flooded, and me seeing my garments on the floor, like my photo booth. Like this is my photo booth. It is a professional one. Like I don't know if you can see, but it is a big one. That's the front door. It is now sideways, but that's not how it was. Like it was wet because that stays on the floor. It was wet. Like I had stuff wet. The water was just it was a lot of water, let me tell you. And the garage has a slope. It goes outside. But I don't even know how I had so much water in the garage. On the corner over there, I had like like it was not easy for me to see it because living inside my house, coming to the garage, building my shop over here, it was like a plus for me, like having a better space. I had all my things divided, like in this side over here I keep like my tumbler and my mug, and like I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see with all this stuff over here, but here, you know what I mean, I keep like my tumbler, my hat thing, my mug thing, like the wood stuff that I do. And then like I had to quickly drag everything to this side in order to avoid more damage, and it was just too much. It was just too much. And recording a video, although right now I said like I'm going to record this and it's going to be it, because we are always trying to perfect things and make it better, make it nice. It takes time, right? You have to edit. Even if you don't do a lot of editing, because I'm not a professional, I don't do a lot of editing. I'm more concerned about the information that I'm delivering as opposed to all the editing and things that people do, some nice things, but I just don't have the time to do it, and it was just a lot. So I shut it down, and I was like, I'm gonna wait until the break. I'm gonna wait until the break because I know winter break is coming, and I will have 2 weeks in the house that I can get Christmas and New Year stuff done, get my stuff done, and try to come back in here and organize everything. So this has been here for about a month now, like this, and my business shut it down. I communicated my customers. I delivered the last order, and I made sure I was tracking it to make sure that the person would receive it, and would be no problems with the order. And I was going to my website, and I shut down the TikTok, the Etsy, and I started putting zero, zero, zero my inventory, because my hope was if I put a zero, 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 people cannot order. But the thing is, people that know me and know that I have a business, and I make custom orders as well, because people that know me, they know that I can make it. So even when it's not my website was Christian website, I only had Christian or family things there. But people that know me, they ask for other things, and I kept getting order, which is good. It is good to have orders. That's what every person that opens a business needs. But I could not handle all that was going on, my health, my husband's health, the new job, the flooding, and my sister's health, and everything. My daughter was working. She started college in August, and I couldn't do it. So that's the reason why. And I thought about so many times coming and recording this video, but at the same time, I did not want to sound like oh, I'm complaining, you know what I mean? Let me try to do it first, you know what I mean? How am I gonna tell them that I'm not doing, I'm not doing the video, but I can try. And I kept trying, let me see if I get some time. But this school that I am now, I work from 7:30 to 4 o'clock, and they have tutoring. So not enough, I have to teach, and I have to tutor the kids that are having difficulties. So it's one more thing for me to do. And then you come home, your wife, you're a mother, you have other things to take care. So now it's going to be a new start in 2025. Let me cut because I think it's already too long.